Hey guys, welcome back to Becoming Soulful. We are bringing a lot of interesting entrepreneurs who are working on their passion, and I'm interviewing them to understand how we can pursue our dreams as well. So today I have a very interesting person called Lalit Prakash. I will invite him on the camera and you can find out who he is and what he is doing. But the clue for you is he's in one of the most interesting field which we all like, whether we are into it or we are the viewers or we are the uh, admirers. We like this industry so much. We admire this industry from very far off. So I'm inviting Lalit Prakash onto the camera. So can you please come on the camera now?
Yes, hello.
Yeah. So thanks so much for accepting the invitation. I am so happy you immediately accepted. So humble you are. I'm reminded of one incident where I met actor Rana. Hope you would have heard of him. Telugu actor.
Adil Rana.
Bahubali.
Acha, Telugu actor.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah. Actor Rana's father, I met him in airport from Hyderabad to Madurai, if I'm guessing. Yeah. He was so
Right.
humble. You are reminding of him now because when I asked quickly, you accepted. So I just gave a suspense for my audience that I'm going to interview Lalit ji, who is coming from an interesting field. Now, please go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Of course, as Vimala ji has told my name is Lalit Prakash, and I got interested into acting at very young age. And of course, I was very young and I was struck by the glamour. And when I started, I got into it. I found it was very complicated to act on stage or on camera, live other characters, because one needed to work on many aspects of one's personality: voice, speech, confidence, body language, imagination, concentration. It was a huge word. So acting is not as simple as it looks. The more simple and easier it sounds, I think the more complex it is. And it is one of the most complex things I ever learned. And I was a voracious reader and I read books and subjects of many kinds, including science, physics, chemistry, commerce, filmmaking, writing, direction, editing, script writing, even digital marketing and programming, many languages. So I learned so many, but I found that acting was the most complex thing, because in it, 2 plus 2 is not 4. But it is also most rewarding for me. And it became a challenge for me because I was one of the worst actors in my eyes. If I say one of the worst, it means one of the worst actor. Of course, when I acted for the first time, I acted and applied the entire acting method unknowingly. But after that, I got loose of that method, and then I just was कहते ना भटकते रहे, पहली बार कर लिया, कैसे किया पता नहीं चला. Or after that, I started exploring the methods and studied the masters, and I found it very interesting and very rewarding. And not only for actors, anybody who wants to really evolve, to grow as a person in business and life, he must learn acting.
Okay, thank you so much, Lalit ji. So now you would have guessed, guys, Lalit ji is from acting background. He is coaching people how to act in movies. So that's the person I'm interviewing today. I'm so happy, excited about, because I always loved movie. When I see movies, Lalit ji, I always whether it's a flop movie or whether it's a very successful movie, I always take it as a project and see how beautifully they have worked. The teamwork will be visible. The dream, the huge dream will be visible. And each one of them would have put their best behind the screens. We only see the hero, heroines, but a lot of teamwork, coordination. So every time I come out from a theater, I always feel, wow, how can they do this? How many people come together to make this happen? Whether it is a good movie, bad movie, whatever it is. So one personal curiosity question is how this happens. how many people come together to make a movie a success?
There's not a right or wrong or exact answer. It depends upon the size of the movie. If it is very small budget movie, even 5, 6, 7 people are often for the crew apart from the actors. But if it's a big budget movie, then you need one person for even a single light to carry on, for makeup, for dressing up, for costumes, even many art director. It depends how big the budget is and how big the movie is. Suppose it's a big budget movie like Bahubali, then you need, or suppose you need to make a set. So even the art department that creates the set, even they will have hundreds of people. So on an average, a commercial movie usually involves 150 people.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Now a personal question to you. How did you get into this, and did your parents accept it, that you can go into acting? How did you get the permission, or is your family background from acting?
No, that's very interesting, because I was then young. I was very struck by the glamour very young. Then a song was going on. It was a glamorous song. Then I saw the hero and I felt that I should be in the place of this hero. Why he's dancing with so many girls, and why should not I?
Okay. Which hero was that? Because in those days we had Doordarshan days where we used to watch a lot of Hindi movies.
No. I went to watch a movie in a cinema hall and I never revealed it to anybody. It was Pehchan movie and Manoj Kumar was singing a song. वो परी कहाँ से लाऊं तेरी दुल्हन जिसे बनाऊं. So I was only 7 or 8 years at that time. And I say, yeah, well, I should be. This is a good profession. So many girls behind you, and you are the hero. Then nothing can be better than this. But when I got into it, it was terribly difficult, because facing people, camera, becoming another character, then voice, dialect, delivery, it was very, very complicated. But then once I started acting, then acting didn't leave me till I excelled it. Because I discovered myself then that I was better as teacher. Because teachers are rare, acting teachers are rare, because every student of acting who comes, he has a different problem. Every student has a different problem. And like a doctor, you have to diagnose his problem. And you have to offer a solution, you give a solution. First, acting the craft as a whole, it's a different thing. But in spite of that, different actors or different students have different problems. So you need a very intuitive sense of identifying their psychological problems and their limitations and what they're lacking and sticks. Then for every problem of acting or even their personal problem, there is no ready solution in the book. So you have to come up with solutions on the spot. Suppose I give you, for example, these are not isolated. There are many examples like this. In one class, there was a mother-son who were from Bihar. So they had a problem. In Bihar, they speak dialogue like this. अरे हम आपके घर गए थे और कोई भी हमें नहीं मिला. So all the dialogues he spoke it like this. So I said, this is a big problem now. And if the dialogue is like straight, it will be better. So there was a writing board. I put it there. I say, okay, you imagine that your dialogue is going from below the board like this, like this. Then हम आपके घर गए थे करते करते उसकी डायलॉग डिलीवरी बड़ी स्ट्रेट हो गई उसके बाद. और ऐसे ही एक लड़की थी, वो बहुत ची ची करके बोलती थी. मैं बहुत, उसकी आवाज पहाड़ की थी, तो उसकी आवाज को नीचे लाना था. तो आई टू ब्रिंग हिज वॉइस डाउन. तो एक टेबल के अंदर छेद होता है उसके लिए, तारों के लिए ना, कंप्यूटर की टेबल की वो थी. तो मैंने कहा, पुट योर नेक हियर एंड इमेजिन योर माउथ इज हियर, स्पीक द डायलॉग फ्रॉम हियर. Then his voice level came down. Not level, voice pitch. One of the other student who has a very low voice, I had to lift it up. So I had to imagine, say, person is on the roof and imagine you are talking to or reading to him. So that's how we have to adjust things.
This reminds me of the movie called My Fair Lady.
Okay, I didn't see.
Where Mr. Hawkins will be teaching one country girl English. And she will not get the sounds properly. So he will make her put a lot of chocolates in her mouth and say that A as she will not pronounce A correctly. And she'll pronounce. So he'll keep on training her, like whatever he said. Does all the acting coaches do so much of hard work, sir?
That's why they are so tired, because they do not get good students. And it takes a lot of hard work teaching acting. It takes a lot of hard work. But if the students don't respond, the teacher stops taking interest. So the acting teachers are very, the theater people, they are very selective. They test you in many ways, your patience, your perseverance, and then they start putting so much of work in you. This is problem. And not every teacher puts so many efforts, because I have come up with many unique ideas of teaching acting, which have never been taught. So with those methods, one can teach acting to anybody in a very short time, in a very effective manner. Working on it's a holistic method. So I taught this method to my son at home, and now he's playing the lead character in a serial Ahilya Bai, if you see. And he is the hero of the serial Ahilya Bai. It is on Sony TV daily at 7:30.
Which are the movies you have acted, sir? If at all we have to go and watch, which are the movies you have acted?
Well, I have not acted movies. Nawazuddin Siddiqui was with me in Mumbai in 2001, and I acted in many serials like CID and Achanak Se 39 Saal Baad and Junior G. At that time, when I went to Bombay, the daily soap operas had taken over. So all serials or channels were more women oriented. Ekta Kapoor had brought this culture. So all men actor had become almost jobless, including me. So I came back to Delhi and I started teaching acting. Nawazuddin was there. He stayed there. He now is a big actor. And then I trained my son. He went to Mumbai, and now times are much better because web series and all kind of actors are getting jobs.
So you said you are one of the worst actors. So what was the breakthrough for you? How did you find out what is your problem and how did you overcome that?
Well, first the idea was I didn't know what the acting was, in spite of the fact that I did a course of 1 year. And this was the worst kind of course, because there are many courses, though many people, big people come to teach. Then I really got into touch with a person and who has taught actors like Manoj Bajpayee and Deepak Dobriyal. He taught me the concept of acting, that what is expected of an actor to deliver on the stage. So when I learned that, then I just started exploring things and developed my own methods to attain whatever is expected of an actor. His methods didn't suit me, the teacher. Then I developed my own method, and it took a lot many years. So a complete new method of acting came up with me, which I am now going to market as I attended a digital marketing course, and now I want to market my acting. So I'm working on that.
So if one has to learn from you, what is the criteria to join your course? Let's say that I always felt that I can never act because I'm good at dancing when I was in school and colleges. And when they call for a drama, I'll have no expression at all. I will go and stand there and come back, but I always felt I can never act. But I found theater to be very interesting. As you said, it will help you in your business as well. It will help you in many life skill as well. So if someone has to join your theater or join your art school, or what do you call it, sir? Acting school.
Acting school. Actually, I'm not coming up, and this with my own name, this is coming up. And first, I'm going to start with a very 5-day course that will cost only 597 rupees. And after that, the second level course will be around 20,000 rupees. And then if somebody wants to do practically, physically with me, then it will be a 2-3 months course. Then I will offer him a coaching for 5 years. It means that if he goes to Bombay, I will keep him coaching him that how to do this role, how to do that role. And every week I will be sending him a tip. These are very psychologically design tips. Suppose how we actually teach, how I actually teach. Suppose a person has to be very hateful
So teach me,
or
sir.
very.
Let us do live. Teach me, sir. Make me act.
I'm teaching you. Yeah. Suppose now this is though very advanced stage, but suppose he has to speak a dialogue.
Okay.
That has to be very full of acid, full of sarcasm.
Okay.
And you have to bring sarcasm in your voice, the hate in your voice. Then I suggest, imagine that you a rusted patti nahi hoti, lohe ki patti, rusted iron patti. Imagine you are moving it in his liver and go on speaking a whole dialogue. The hate will come in your dialogue, whatever you want. So these are very psychologically design techniques, and important is breathing, voice and speech. And breathe and speech, these all are muscles. This is a speech faculty: lips, jaws, tongue, vocal cords, our diaphragm, our entire body. This is a speech faculty. So we suggest him exercises. Even a posture, first of all, the posture of the body is very important for a good voice. Then we give him exercises for all these faculties, like lips and like tongue, like hand, like vocal cords, and like diaphragm. मतलब diaphragm से आप बोलते हो. तो उन सब की exercises देते हैं. We give them exercises for all these parts of the faculty of speech. Then they develop, then they have a very good speech. And then for confidence, for relaxation, for imagination also. What is imagination? What is the use of imagination? So it will be very teachy if I discuss all things. So it's very interesting.
It's very interesting. Very interesting. I'm thinking if I have to imagine something, I'm a very good imaginator.
Okay. Suppose the simplest exercise I give to my students is this. Suppose you have to act a woman of 80-year-old today, 75-year-olds. Then it is not very complicated right now. I will not make it complicated. Just imagine your mother, because their mother be around this age, 75 or so. How she speaks, how she talks. Just pretend you are your mother, and enter the room as your mother. Speak as your mother, speak to me as your mother. I am, suppose, Vimla's friend or teacher. So I ask you, Vimla, don't come in my room as a Vimla. Come to my room as your mother. And I will also treat you like you, a 75-year-old lady. And I will treat you, yes, tell me about Vimla, how is she? So you will speak about Vimla, though you are Vimla, but you will speak as mother. So all through this, you will be holding the image of your mother at the back of your hand. This is what I call assume. So we all human beings have this ability to assume other people's characters. So one has to hone this ability so that you can assume many different characters and then mold your voice according to those characters. This is called voice modulation. People think that changing the dialogue voice is a modulation, variation. That is variation in the speech. But modulation is something when you model your voice after somebody else. You modulate your voice according to your character, according to a 10-year baby, 10-year girl, or a 75-year lady, or a 5-year-old baby. So kid. So if you can mold your voice according to the character, this is called voice modulation. And you become another character, like your mother. You know how your mother speaks, what she says, what is a reaction in particular situations. So you're behaving like your mother. This is acting. But there are far deeper meaning in acting, just for drama purpose or film purpose. There are far deeper meanings in acting.
So one more question. So if a person comes to acting, the basic qualification would be they should be passionate about it. It cannot come by force.
Yeah. No, he should be so much interested and he should be passionate about it. And one thing which I recently observed, to be successful in anything, because I had seen people, they had everything, yet I found that they didn't get successful. They didn't become success. And the reason I found was they were not regular.
Consistent.
Being regular, consistent and regular and focused, this is important. It's not how much talented you are, how much hard work you put in. The important thing is that you must be regular, because if you give up something for even one day, then it will take you 10 times more energy to resume next day.
Oh my God.
If you leave it off for 10 days, then it is very difficult to come back to anything. Because recently I discovered it that I was studying digital marketing for many days to market this method. But for some reason, for almost a month, I had to abandon it. But when I came back to now, it has been almost 20-30 days that I have not been able to resume it, because I lost the regularity. But in acting, I unconsciously was regular, means daily I work and I developed a mental technique. So you don't have to do theater or you don't have to do anything. You just train, even lying your bed. And that's a unique method.
You mentioned in the beginning that acting will help in life and acting will help in business as well. How do you relate acting and business success, sir?
First thing, you develop a very good communication skill. Okay, you speak very good. You speak in a manner that people hear you, people want to listen to you. You put things in a very confident manner, in a very honest manner. Your voice and speech is, even communication skill is good. Another, you are very good at body language, and you are very good at empathizing people. And the other thing which I told you discuss that there are more deeper meaning in acting, because you learn to live imagined life and become those life as you have to live other characters. Suppose I have to be a don, और साइकोलॉजी का जैसे बताया था मैंने कि people don't see what you are here, people see what you are in your subconscious mind. So what you are appearing me is your subconscious mind. What I am seeing, no matter what you are appearing, I am seeing in you what is your subconscious mind. This is a very strange thing, because once I forgot the name of that Russian dictator. There was a big name magician there, and the Russian dictator, perhaps it was Stalin, or no, not Stalin, the one who was in World War II. I forgot his name. He had a mustache, and he challenged that magician that if you are a magician, come enter my office. It was a high security office. So this magician went home. He said, give me 15 days. And 15 days, he started convincing himself that I am that president. I am that president. And he wore clothes like him, assumed like that, walked like that. After 15 days, he just started believing that he's the president. And then he entered the president's house. And all gods started saluting him. And he went right into the...
Wow.
This is the magic of acting.
Wow.
If you have convinced yourself or whatever you are being, people will believe that. So actors, what do? They convince themselves of other personalities, other psychology. They assume other psychologies and convince their subconscious mind that they are Don or they are criminals. And people also start looking at them like they are Dons. And I tell you one example. Nawazuddin Siddiqui had played a very fearsome role in point to Raghav Raman 2.0. And even he has been my friend. I couldn't watch this movie for more than 15 minutes because he looked so frightening. Though he is hardly 5 foot tall and very thin in actual life, but he was so frightening, so fearsome that I couldn't watch this movie for more than 15 minutes. I just persuaded myself I will watch it some other day. But later on, Nawazuddin told in an interview that when he had portrayed that character, he looked so fearsome, so dangerous, that at one place 10, 12 people were sitting, and when Nawazuddin stick, this 5 foot guy came, they all ran away. Because once you convince yourself that you are a demon or whatever, people will
Won't it affect their personal life, the real life, because they get into one character, then they go out, they get into one character, they go out? Won't it affect their personal life, their personality? How they handle it?
no, no. In the beginning, when people learn this art, even Nawaz, he suggested me that, do you do character acting? He told me, no, yeah, Lalit, I don't do character acting. I say, then why? He told me that I have many people, I've seen many people who got stuck in the characters. So there have been instances where many people have got stuck in the characters. So for that, we apply different techniques. So we do not stuck in the character, and we immediately come out and get into the character and come out of the character.
What a huge responsibility. What a huge responsibility.
But it is very, very, it is after you have mastered the craft of acting, you feel a immense proud in yourself.
Yeah, true.
This is very satisfying.
That is why they are celebrated as celebrities. People who have mastered are celebrities, and they are idolized, and the entire country or the entire world is behind actors, and we all look up like that.
Now, this is altogether being a different state of being, and so enjoy. After you learned the acting, after you mastered it, it's really heaven.
Yeah.
The state of being actor is a heaven.
Wow. You're so tempting, everybody, to come and join your course. So if people have to connect with you, where do they come and contact you? So you have your website, you have your
website is coming. It is still under construction, so I hope it will come up within a month.
But you'll be there in the Facebook and everywhere. People can get in touch with you, because
though I am Facebook, I have got a following also there, but I really rarely go there on the Facebook. And you have my mobile number, and you can share that, because Facebook, when I go, I have many students that I get stuck and answering their question, and I lose a lot of time. Correct. So for many years, almost 10 years, I haven't gone to Facebook.
So if I have to give you 90 seconds to ask you this question, if anybody wants to get into acting, what will be your advice for them?
My advice is that to be modest. I haven't seen many good acting teacher. I think I'm the best acting teacher. So they just showing this fun for only 497 rupees course, which is going to come up in the next few weeks, because I honestly want to help. And to prove my credentials, and many students whom I have an actor, I'm not going to promote myself. My son is also an actor. I taught him myself. It is not because I want to make money or make my student, because I don't want my students or anybody to be cheated, because 10 teacher of acting, 9 teacher out of 10 are really either don't want to teach, either don't know acting, or either don't know how to teach acting. So that's why there is so much of struggle. Otherwise, it is a teachable skill, just if you get the right teacher. So I want people to attend this 497 rupees course for 5 days. Then they will find for themselves whether they should join or not. I will give them a complete taste of acting.
Perfect.
So this is something, and everybody should. What I advise for acting, this, and for everybody who wants to be successful in life, he must learn acting, because this make you look good in every aspect. And makes confident. I've seen that nothing is more beautiful than confidence. It is not even the women and girl. Nothing is more. Nothing makes them more beautiful. 2 things: education and confidence. If a woman is educated and confident, she is much more beautiful than any beautiful girl in other terms. And same is the man. And confidence as this communication and the body language is really Acting makes you super specialization.
Yeah, it helps you to shed down all the inhibitions, shyness,
Yeah.
and it's a complete package for confidence building. I completely agree.
Yeah, complete package, because on the stage you have to handle all these fears and confidence and voice and communication. And once that has gone, it has gone forever. It doesn't mean that you have to now prepare. Now, whatever stage or interview, you won't fear anything.
Even people learning public speaking may be stuck to the stage, whereas acting involves all the parts of the body. It loosens up, the entire.
Yeah, I will come up with courses. I will come up with courses on public speaking also, and live anchoring also, and camera anchoring also, and teaching to camera also, and even modeling. Modeling is very misunderstood subject also. I discovered when my institute asked me to develop a course for modeling. And it was also, I also used to think a very superficial kind of thing, modeling. But when I went to it, I discovered that no, a model has to communicate his whole personality into one picture. So he have to become that person from here. So it takes time. So I started grooming models from here.
And for both girls and boys, or only for guys?
Both boys. Both boys and girls. Both boys and girls.
Wow.
There is no gender bias in it.
So you're a complete package. Anybody who wants to do modeling, anybody who wants to participate in contests, beauty contests,
yeah, radio jockey,
radio jockeys. Yeah, you're a complete package, sir. You must.
Yeah. I will come up all these courses after I will come with acting.
Yeah, beautiful.
Because in over the 20 years, I resolved all these problems of public speakers and of radio jockey. So
wow,
I'll come up with courses. Yeah.
Wow, very interesting. So thank you so much for coming on my show, sir. I'm going to put all your contact details in the description box, and people whoever is interested in getting into acting, they must contact you. You come across as a very genuine teacher who's interested in the welfare of the person. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So that's Lalit Ji, who is an acting teacher, and he is going to help people by just charging 500 rupees, 400 plus, to teach acting. And if you're interested in building your confidence, if you're interested in building your stage skills, if you want to be successful in any corporate world, in your business, one skill is theater skills or acting skills, and Lalit Ji is available for all of you. I want to share his details in the description box. If you're interested, you can get in touch with him. It's not necessary you have to get into movies. If you learn acting, it is going to be a huge life skill. You can shed all your inhibition, you can shed all your shyness, you can be very courageous, you can improve your body language, you can improve your image. So he must be teaching all the looks, feel, body language, communication, modulation, voice, tone, anything included in confidence and courage, whichever that they teach in public speaking, you can pick up from Lalit Ji. He's coming across as a very genuine person who's passionate about what he is doing. It's very difficult to get passionate teachers. So though you must be studying, or though you must be working, this one skill can be learned at any age. And this cannot be considered this need not be considered as your main goal of your life unless and until you are interested in acting in movies. This you can take as a course to consider building your courage and confidence. So I'm going to share Mr. Lalit Ji's details in the description box. If you're interested, you can get in touch with them. So that's all. I'll come back again with another interesting person with a lot of golden nuggets to help you understand that you can work on your passion and you can do your soul work. So I'm Vimala Rane signing off from Becoming Soulful. I'll come back. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.